Hi, my name's Zena Caulfield and I run the company called Zenasminiatures online. You can find us on the website www.zenasminiatures.com or Etsy or eBay. Just search for Zena's Miniatures. In a while I'm going to be talking you through some of the downloads, the digital downloads from the website, but first of all I want to show you what tools I personally use and give you some hints and tips for making these kits. That's not to say you have to use these tools, but these are the ones that I like, and I'll talk you through them. The first thing we have is glue. It needs to be a tacky glue. I prefer Alini's tacky glue. Again, there are other brands. I don't use the large glue tub that it comes in. I buy these little glue tubs online and they have a fine point dispenser. That's it there. Okay. I always use a metal ruler. I like a small ruler for my downloads because some of them have little fine tiny little boxes, and I use that, and a scoring tool. Some people prefer to use the craft knife to actually score with. You have to be really gently handed with that, so if you're a beginner I would suggest using a scoring tool. Again, just search online for scoring tool, maybe search for fine point. When I'm making boxes up, I sometimes have to hold the edges together for the glue to set. For that I use these tiny little craft pegs. You can also use small bulldog clips or paper clips, or if you're not in a hurry you can just hold it. If you're using tacky glue it will dry really quickly, but as I'm often making quite a lot of items at one time, I like these little pegs. These are my cutting scissors, not my sisters. They're just my scissors. I've just bought them at a cheap shop. There's nothing special about them. I just use them for cutting paper. I think they were £3.50. These are fine point embroidery scissors. These are my favourites. I actually can't get the same ones online, the exact same ones, but I like the fact that they've got a tiny fine point and they get into all the wee nooks and crannies. Some of my kits have circles on them and you need punches for them. You don't need punches, you can actually cut them out yourself, but I use a basic punch, and these are just to show you a couple of examples of what a paper punch looks like, and that's it there. I finish the edges with ink. This one's just gold, but I have it in lots of different colours depending on the item I'm making. If I'm making a vintage item I often use gold or a sort of beigey brown just to age it. So I've kept the gold here today. I sometimes use a pen as well, so I usually have a matching pen for my ink, and that's just to finish off any little rough edges. Again, rough edges can be sanded down with a nail file. These are just your cheap old nail files. I've had the same box for about 25 years, so I just rub off the edges with this nail file. Obviously use a cutting mat. Should have probably mentioned that first. You don't want to be scoring through onto your good kitchen table, so I just use an A2 cutting mat, but they also come smaller. You can have an A4 cutting mat, which is much smaller, but this is basically my workspace, and these are the tools that I suggest that you use to cut out my kits. And please watch my next video where I'll be talking you through the basics of one of my downloads. Thank you.